Hey, hey, hey. So this is a reading for Taurus placements. Real quick, I need to make sure that I'm streaming to the proper places. So give me one quick second. Sorry, I don't usually do it like this because I don't usually do it live. So just give me a few seconds. Oh, shoot. All right, I think I'm good. Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay, let's go ahead and get into this Taurus reading. This is going to be something new. If you've watched any of the other recent zodiac readings that I posted, I'm doing 2-part readings for each zodiac sign. So there's going to be an extended portion of this reading where I dive deeper into the reading on Patreon. So if you're interested in seeing that, you can subscribe on Patreon for as low as $3.33 a month, and you can get the extended reading. And then I have other tiers that offer different content. So let's go ahead and get into the reading, Taurus. You can watch this for any Taurus placement that you have. Sorry, I'm just talking. I forgot that I muted the mic. Let me repeat what I just said. So there's going to be 2 parts to this reading. The first part is going to be here. The second part you can view on Patreon. So if you're interested in digging deeper into the reading, where I clarify the oracle cards that I pull out for you and give you some advice, you can subscribe on Patreon for as low as $3.33. And then I have other tiers that allow you to see other content. So let's go ahead and get into your reading. You can watch this reading for any Taurus placement that you have. So yeah, let's get a first card for Taurus, please. This is from the Quantum Oracle deck. All right, perfect. Thank you. Courage. Love that for you. Courage. It definitely looks like somebody could be at like a crossroads, or you have a journey that it could be kind of dark. It could seem like there's not many signs, or the signs are very subtle that are trying to direct you and guide you. So there could be a little bit of doubt. Let's keep pulling, and then I'm going to read the description of each of these cards. All right, let's change this a little bit. Get a second card for you, Taurus. Again, this is for any Taurus placement. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node. All right, action. So you're getting the courage to take action about something. Taurus is a type of sign where you don't really make a decision, I don't want to say make a decision. You don't really choose to act on something unless you deem that it's absolutely necessary. You don't like to make unnecessary movement. And some people can call that lazy, but it's just, I think, you're practical with your time and your energy. And you realize that effort sometimes can take a lot of energy. And it's like, is this absolutely necessary? Why do I want to do this? All right. Let's get a Kipper deck card for you. Let me get a card for Taurus. Taurus placements, please. A few cards are showing themselves in the deck, but they're not coming out. So let's see if I can get a clear message. Okay. 2 cards came out, community and official person. So this could represent some type of community leader. Maybe you're having the courage to step up and take action, because we have this knight in shining armor, right? And then we have this official person in this uniform. So it could be that you're taking charge in your community, in your family. You're the person that people rely on or look to for guidance, for advice, for protection, something of the sort. I feel like this is you taking on this role, or people expecting you to take on this role, or maybe you're having the courage to do so in your own life, in your business life. It could vary. I'm going to dig deeper, so stick around. All right, let's get a Romance Angels card, since we do have Venus in Capricorn. We're in retrograde today. Today, I believe. I'm sure. Today. Let me get a message for Taurus placements. Okay, that one flew out. We got new love. I love that for you. I love that for you, especially because it's Venus in Capricorn retrograde. It's kind of like a preview for the North Node in Taurus that we'll be experiencing next year. And I do think it's going to be a very auspicious time for especially Taurus placements, possibly fixed placements, and very likely earth signs in general. But it says a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So you could be taking love really slow, or relationships. You could be falling in love with a new element of life, of yourself, with another person. This could just be another entity that is striking that love chord for you. I feel like also if you meet someone new at this time, you could just have the courage to take action, but also just be taking it really slowly and just trying to feel things out and make smart decisions. And maybe you're always like that, but maybe this is something different for you. Maybe it's a change of pace, or I don't know, like maybe you get comfortable with people really quickly and it's hard for you to walk away from certain people because you've already decided that I'm here, so I'm going to be loyal to my decision. Maybe you're having the courage to take action and do what's best for you, and maybe that looks differently, but we're about to find out because I'm about to read deeper into these cards. The Quantum Oracle deck also has an affirmation, so I'll give you that as well. So with courage, it says taking a risk. You are taking a risk on something. If you've been thinking about taking a chance on something, now is the time to face it. Perhaps there's a challenge that, perhaps there's a challenge you'd like to meet, or something that you've been longing to express. It may be time to go public about an interest you've been pursuing. Even if you feel hesitant at first, this card is telling you that the time is right. You are moving into an energetic cycle where you feel your strength more deeply. There is a core of power coming from your own internal soul, and you can feel the boundless courage that always lies ready within your heart center. Breathe deeply and take the next step. Know that you can trust this core of inner strength to guide you into this exciting time. The affirmation for this card is, I have the courage and strength to I was about to say hesitate. Somebody's hesitating. Maybe you know what you're supposed to do, but you haven't quite built up the courage, or you're not really 100% sure. Even though it's like but you haven't had a clear enough sign because you don't really know how your intuition works or something. It's like you got the signs, they were clear, but you're like, can I get one that's a little more clear? That's how it feels for some of you. Anyway, the affirmation is, I have the courage and strength to navigate any situation. I affirm my power and I trust my own resourcefulness. And you are extremely resourceful. Taurus is the sign of resourcefulness. And so when it comes to especially material resources, you can definitely find whatever it is that you need to make something happen. And maybe this situation allows you to prove yourself. And then when people around you start seeing how talented you are at this, they may exalt you into this position of that official person, because official person is the type of person who gets shit done. Let's look at this action card. See what it is that you're finally taking action on. It says storm clouds gathering is the sacred landscape of this card. The card says a shift is coming, the time is now. Don't hesitate. It literally says don't hesitate. And hesitate was about to be I read what the word said, but my mind kept saying hesitate. And I'm like, wait, no, that's not what we want to affirm. So somebody is hesitating. Stop hesitating. Face your fear. Do it anyway. When big change is on the horizon, it's time to take action. Of course, there are times to deliberate and carefully consider your next step, but not now. Now is the time to take immediate action. Look forward with a calm, steely gaze, and then forge ahead with clarity, determination, power, and grace. Quicken your spirit by making decisions Even if you're not 100% certain of your decisions right now, it's better to make any choice than none at all. And it's like the faster if you do make a mistake, okay, the faster you make a mistake, now you know what not to do and you can move on. It's just that simple. It's building strategy. And it's like, it may seem like other people have gotten ahead, but they will come to a point where all of those wins will not prepare them for a more difficult challenge. And your losses will have prepared you for that. Or failures, or however you want to view them, they're not actually failures because you still learned or gained something. It's just the perspective is limited when you feel like you lost or you didn't earn or gain anything. Okay. And lots of times you get it after the fact, like way later, you're like, oh, that's why I experienced that, because now I understand how to deal with XYZ, because had I never gone through this situation, I wouldn't be equipped with this information now. So that's resourcefulness. Hello. And it's like you have all the tools that you need. And for whatever reason, you're not trusting yourself. You're doubting yourself. Maybe this Venus retrograde, or maybe there's something that's affecting your second house. Taurus is a sign that it's associated with second house. So that is self-worth. So that maybe that's an ongoing thing for you. Community here is a very positive and enabling card. It represents people who come together and support. It says also the servants who come together and support. This card literally means friends and community. It represents support, being understood, and finding a place where you belong. Since your community is always there for you, the timing of this card is ongoing. So this is people with whom you connect or feel a connection: family, relatives, friends, any like-minded persons. It can represent groups, unions, associations, partnerships, teamwork, those types of atmospheres. It indicates having good people around you: family, true friends, loyalty, cooperation, group efforts, helping each other when needed. I love that for you. And that's amazing. I feel like that's going to be experienced on a collective level as well. But maybe you're helping to usher that in, because especially people with North Node and Taurus, you'll be kind of like the frontline leaders while we have North Node and Taurus, because this has always been something that your lifelong purpose has been ascending to, or should be ascending to. It's the currents, it's the direction that the currents of life are trying to push you in, if that makes sense. Okay, so the official person says it's a somewhat challenging card. It represents, this person can be like the many medals on his coat can represent like achievements or things like that. Obviously they represent achievements, but you know what I'm saying? Like, they can show how decorated he is as an officer, a military person, police officer, fireman, something like that. He's a person in a uniform, he or she. The description can also stand for a gruff, forceful, or even humorless person, very serious person. It represents, it says, give a task to the official person and he will make it so. You may be in a situation where you're not in control, giving someone else the orders, or someone else is giving orders. Excuse me, I read that wrong. He might be unapproachable or intimidating if he isn't a friend or relative of the querent. So this could be someone close to you. Maybe it's someone that you look to for advice because you're having to step into a similar role. So maybe this is a mentor, a family mentor of some sort. It could be somebody who was actually in the military. It could also be someone who's a police officer or a judge or something like that. So yeah, you may see it could seem like this person is quite unapproachable or too serious. It could be someone in your family or in your neighborhood. If it's not you, you could be stepping up into this role. They could be passing the torch to you, something like that as well. You could be confronted with strict rules on the daily life, in daily life, or you're involved in a relationship that's characterized by restraint and formality. perhaps an ambitious person in your job. The official person says that you should be more determined and focused on following your goals. So this could be a restricting community or something like that as well. There's so many different ways to interpret this, but new love represents someone new coming into your life, someone brand new, or that opens up a new part of yourself. Like when you meet this person, you discover a new part of yourself as well. They introduce you to a different level of yourself, a different level of love. It could also just be that you fall in love with a new skill, a new talent, art, or something. You fall in love with the beauty of something, and someone else is a catalyst for assisting you with finding it or falling in love with it. So I'm going to end this reading here, and we'll continue on Patreon to further clarify this reading. Hopefully it's helpful for you guys. If you decide to stop here, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share to a friend if you think it'll help, and check out your other zodiac signs. And until next time, peace, love, and light. I'll see you on Patreon.